Honestly, if you give me 5 minutes the second I get off this thing, dude, it's so hard to drink out of that thing. I'll bring it to you guys to drink out of, but it's yeah, you'll spill it all over yourself.
Wait,
too.
Can you take a sip on? Have one of your boys hold the camera and take a sip before you go.
Here. Somebody hold it. You ready?
So you legit got a stretch. I'm telling you.
On today's Part of My Take, we have a awesome show. Brooks Koepka wins the PGA Championship. We call him. He is drunk. We're going to talk about the whole thing. He was drinking out of the Wanamaker. Great time. The Celtics could be dead. They get obliterated by the Heat, down 3-0. The Lakers are down 3-0. We also have an awesome in-person interview with Anders Holm. Really cool discussion with him. He's got a new movie out this weekend and talking about workaholics, everything, the comedy scene, everything involved in that. So great interview. Who's back of the week? And it's all brought to you by a takeover. It's Turo, and it is the world's largest car-sharing marketplace. With Turo, you can book any car you want for just about any occasion from a community of local hosts across the U.S., UK, Canada, and Australia. Book an SUV for a road trip, something easy and affordable for getting around on vacation, or test drive an EV. You can even get a vintage car or something classy for a special event or photo shoot. Hank, you did it.
Yeah, I used it this weekend. It was super easy to book, very easy pickup. Had a great car, good drive. Vibes were high.
I think I actually, because I'm going to have a little time when I move to Chicago that I don't have a car, so I think I'm going to use Turo. I think I'm going to do it.
Super easy.
I think I'm going to do it. So check them out right now. Every trip is backed by liability insurance. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply. Find your drive. Forget boring rental cars at Turo.com. Turo.com. Again, it is the world's largest car-sharing marketplace. You can get any car that your heart desires. So it's not just run-of-the-mill. What'd you get today? You got an Audi, right?
I had a nice Audi Q5.
Yeah, so
smooth ride.
Come on. Turo is the place to go. Turo.com. Find your drive. Forget boring rental cars at Turo.com. Go check them out right now. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'll give a review as well. I'm going to try to hook that up. Hank had a great experience with them. You will have a great experience with them if you're going on a vacation, if you're going somewhere for work, if you just want to try a different car. Why not go to Turo.com, Turo.com. Forget boring rental cars at Turo.com. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Pardon My Take. Today is Monday, May 22nd. Hank, heads or tails?
Tails.
It's a heads. The Celtics are dead.
Celtics, tough game tonight, Hank.
We were going to maybe lead with Brooks. I left it up to a coin for you.
You didn't really need to ask him to call heads or tails.
That's true,
it was heads, we were going to talk about the Celtics. Tails, we were going to talk about Brooks.
But he also got it wrong.
He also got that wrong. Yeah. So, Hank, ever since the Lotto Ball, well, you did win that series against the Sixers, but ever since you avoided the soul patch, you've had a rough skid here. Down 0-3. Is Game 4 a must-win?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know that.
You sure?
They're even going to show up, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Well, it was shocking. So we had two games we got to talk about. Friday night, the Grant Williams game. You were in the building.
I was in the building. I saw it with my own eyes.
And so it was the Celtics looked like maybe they were going to win. Grant Williams poked the bear. He hit a 3, and then he poked the bear. I love Grant Williams because he does have that confidence. Like, hits 1-3, and he's like, yeah. It is my court. I'm the guy.
Yeah, he talked that shit all the way down the court to Jimmy Butler. Jay Butt hit him, falls down, gets in Grant Williams' face. Grant Williams, they look like they're going to kiss, and I actually think that Grant Williams would have been better off kissing Jimmy Butler than just getting in his face and yelling at him. That would have at least thrown him off.
Yeah.
And he would have been like, what am I going to do? This guy just kissed me. Instead, he made Jimmy angry, and I think everybody watching at home was like, you don't want to make Jimmy angry. We knew what was going to happen after that point, and it did.
And it did. And they just basically spent the rest of the regulation going after Grant Williams. Jimmy Butler picked him apart. After Grant Williams got into Jimmy Butler's face, the Heat finished the game on a 24-9 run. The Heat also, these playoffs, are 6-2 when trailing by 10 plus. The rest of the NBA is 14-59. And it's trailing by 10 plus in the playoffs.
That's crazy to think, because it also implies that the Heat go down by 10 points a lot. It's pretty frequent that they end up being beaten by 10 points and then they manage to pull it together at the end. If I were you, Hank, I would want to fire Missoula right now, before Game 4.
I don't disagree. Get Brad in there.
Okay. Counterpoint. This isn't all Missoula's fault. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are all NBA guys, and like, what's happening? I think the coach deserves a lot of blame, but you can't have him just be the fall guy when the players are playing like this.
Yeah, I mean, tonight they shot like 7 for 74 from 3. You're never going to win games with that type of shooting percentage.
Is that a Frank the Tank stat?
I think it's pretty close, something like that.
7 for 74.
Look it up right now. He's not far off.
But I didn't even really see how much Grant Williams got in his face when I was at the game, but obviously I did notice how they were just, basically isolating him, going at him and scoring on him every single time. And Robert Williams had been playing well, and he checked in with like a minute left after it was over, after they just went on this crazy run with Grant Williams in. And that one made no sense to me.
Yeah.
Like that.
No, the coaching's been bad. I agree the coaching's been bad, but I'm just saying at some point it's also the players.
Of course.
And Jaylen Brown has not been good at all. Jason Tatum has, Game 2, it felt like he was like, hey, I'm putting the team on my back. And then that fell apart. But yeah.
I just looked it up. The Celtics are 36 for 92. So that's 39%. They're shooting 39% tonight.
Okay, that's not bad.
It felt like 70 for 70 or 7 for 72. Though.
Yeah.
You reminded me to throw in the what if game.
Oh,
tonight.
yeah.
What if Grant Williams never made that 1-3 that made him think he was the best player in the world?
What would happen, Hank? What would the world look like? Probably 1-1.
I mean, 2-1 at this point, but yeah, they probably would have had a win.
Yeah, and so you're pretty down, and the vibes kind of suck, which are understandable. We do want to talk about Brooks because that was a huge win for us, but
the coin
said that we have to talk about the Celtics first.
There was a timeout that Spoelstra called. We were watching this live in the Gambling Cave with Titus, and the Heat were up 29 points. The Celtics cut the lead to 29, and Spoelstra took a timeout to stop the bleeding at that point.
Yeah,
and that's rubbing it into Celtics fans. Like, this is what a coach does.
Yeah. So where do you go from here? Because this does feel. No team's ever come back down from 3-0 in the NBA.
I mean, Boston. I don't think Boston as a city has what it takes to come down from 3-0.
Do you think, Hank, this is blow it up kind of? Like, what do you do? Just fire the coach?
The series is not over.
Okay, Jake. We actually had some people reply to Hank's, like, this is a disaster tweet on Friday, being like, I'm already pre-mad about Jake saying the series isn't over. So there it is for the folks who are ready for that.
And the fact that Jake is wearing a Hemi shirt right now.
Yeah. Jake,
stored at barstoolsports.com.
It was a 30-point game, and we finally got him to say the game was over. Hank, talk to us. Where do you go from here?
You got to fight. You got to come back. You got to show something. Anything. You got to win at least a game, hopefully 2. If they get blown out in Game 4, it maybe not blow it all up, but it's make some moves, make some serious moves.
Yeah, reassess.
I mean, Jake only has to go 1 you have to go 1-2, Hank. Or no, Jake can go 1-1.
Hank has to win 2 games in a row.
Hank has to win 2 games in a row.
Good math.
Shut the fuck up, Hank. Otherwise, Hank's not allowed to golf for a month.
Yeah. Or he can get out of it with a soul patch.
Yep.
He can get out of it
Have
with
you
a soul
thought about
patch.
that? Would you do a soul patch to not be able to golf?
Probably not.
We should also say, because the story obviously is, the Celtics had title aspirations. They were in the championship last year, down 3-0, getting absolutely like killed in Game 3. The Heat deserve all the credit in the world. They're just fucking good, and they play as a team. And it's like kind of crazy when we've spent the entire leading up to the postseason, then in the postseason, like who's really good. The Heat have now. They're 1 game away from the NBA title, and they've lost 3 total games.
Yeah, I'm going to say right now, as a Nuggets fan, I am now afraid of the Heat. I was looking forward to the Heat. I was like, give me the Heat in the finals. I think the Nuggets could beat the shit out of them because the Nuggets are a superior team. But there's something about the Heat. There's just something
They're on fire.
You can't even put your finger on one thing about them that makes them so good right now.
Well, Jimmy,
but Jimmy also didn't like dominate tonight like he normally dominates.
Yeah, I mean,
scoring wise,
they're all
like the Heat are just a very good basketball team all around. And if I'm the Nuggets, I don't want to overlook the Heat.
Yeah, they had the stat. There was a moment in the game where the Heat undrafted players were beating the Celtics overall. Because that's just like they just have guys that are all stepping up and playing within the system. And Heat culture, I know I declared it dead. Probably the dumbest thing I've ever done when they lost to the Raptors. Was it the Raptors? Yeah,
Hawks.
The Hawks. And then almost lost to the Bulls. And ever since that moment, I don't think there's been anything stronger in the world than Heat culture.
Yeah.
It is the strongest strain of culture out there.
More teams should have Heat culture.
Yeah, seriously. Go find Heat culture because it's fucking dominant.
Hank, I'd like to get like a real basketball answer out of you, though. Let's say, hypothetically, you guys lose game 4, so it's a sweep. Who do the Celtics move on from at that point?
Missoula.
Done. He's already gone, I think, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to move on from Jaylen Brown, but I don't know. There's somewhat of a question mark with him. Like, it feels like maybe he's going to want out. I hope he doesn't, but that wouldn't blow my mind.
It feels weird.
Yeah.
It's not like both Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum as players are very good, but together it feels weird. Something feels off.
Right, and I feel like once the season ended, that would come out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, there's going to be – The Athletic is going to write a hell of a postmortem.
Ime Udoka fucked everyone's girlfriend.
Yeah. Bring him back. I don't care how horny he is. If they had known how bad Joe Mazzulla was going to be and how bad the season would end, they would not have fired Ime. And they'd be like, okay, I'm going to look the other way. He just fucked one person.
This is like the scene when Tony Soprano gets in the bathroom with Jackie Aprile Jr. He's like, put up your hands, put up a fight.
Fight like a man.
That's how I feel with Hank right now. It's like
the series isn't over.
We want to pick on him, but he won't even put up a fight.
The series isn't over.
He's as doom and gloom as possible.
It's not over.
Final 128-102.
There you go.
Just got to win game 4.
Yep. Then you got
PD tomorrow.
Yep.
Chill in game 6.
Chill on the bump.
Game
and then,
7, anything can happen.
There you go.
If they had Pedro Martinez start as starting point guard, do you think they'd have a better chance?
Yeah, dude, with those hands.
Yeah.
He's fucking swatting everyone.
Get Poppy in the
long
paint.
fingers. Yeah.
Have him back down Bam.
Oh, all right. Anything else, Hank?
No.
Okay. I wish Max was here. Max is flying back. He would have loved tonight.
Yeah, it's a real shame.
We should maybe try to call him.
It'd be very funny, though, if right in A-Rod's face, because he's sitting courtside, Boston did come back from 3-0 deficit again.
Listen.
Crazier things have happened.
You can't come back from 3-0 without going down 3-0 first.
Have crazier things happened? I think this would be the craziest.
Yeah, in NBA it would be,
This would
right?
be the
It's never
craziest,
happened.
yeah.
It's literally never happened in the NBA.
I guess John Morant with another Instagram gun. That's kind of
Well, that wouldn't
two
be that
Instagram
crazy
guns
at all.
No, I'm saying like 2 Instagram guns is crazy.
Yeah.
That
but
might
the
be
second
crazier.
was more like, oh, he's on live again.
Yeah, the first one was
It'd be
the crazier one.
it'd be crazy if John Morant did like an entire year of Instagram lives with no guns.
No guns. By the way, we should say John Morant has now gone, what, a week and a half?
Yeah.
Without waving a gun on Instagram Live? Congratulations, Ja.
Yes.
He's cured.
Okay, better news. Brooks Koepka, PGA champion.
Good job.
Good job, all of us. One of the best group, like teamwork effort by Pardon My Take as a whole. We had divvied up our entire like Sunday. I was getting negative. Jake was staying positive. PFT was trying to mush Hovland. Hank was after Scotty Scheffler. We just like Brooks Koepka. That guy is nails. He is back.
We fought a war on all fronts. Brooks did his end of the bargain.
He played golf. I guess he did the majority of the work.
He did a lot. He did a lot of work. Max Homa. I think he deleted the tweet, but here it is. This is from Louis Van Hull. He said Brooks gets Blake shout at him, and Max Homa gets spicy meatball and pervert. This is a conspiracy. And then Max was like, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much for pointing that out.
Fair point.
Fair point, Max. But congrats to Blake. He was huge when he had to be, because for a little bit it looked like after he made that turn, after the 9th hole, things were a little bit dicey. We didn't know which way it was going to go. We didn't know if Hovland was going to pull through. And then the course came up big when the course had to, and it ate Hovland's ball.
Literally.
The bunker ate Hovland's ball shot out the course. It disappeared. It got plugged further than anything has ever been plugged before that I've ever seen or felt.
If Brooks, I think Brooks would have won no matter what, but it made it so it was stress-free down the stretch because there was that feeling like we're around 4 or 5 to start the day. I think he had a 3-stroke lead, and it was like, oh, this is good. We got this. And then he had a couple bogeys, and it got back to 1, and it was some pretty thrilling golf back and forth, especially when Scottie Scheffler made his little late charge. But Brooks, the guy is just nailed. So he's a 5-time major champion now. He's won more majors in that stretch than anyone else. He also, here's a crazy Brooks Koepka stat. He has played in 36 majors. He has been top 10 in 18 of them. So half of the majors that he's played in, he's been top 10, including 5 wins. He's been top 25 in 24 of the 36. He basically, whenever there's a major, he shows up. He also has 27% of his wins are majors. So he just like every time, it's crazy. I think he has more. Actually, that might actually be wrong because I think he has 5 major wins and 4 tour wins or something like that.
More majors than
tour. Yeah.
Well, it's like
nuts.
It's almost like the Live Tour was designed just for Blake Koepka because he doesn't care about the normal PGA events anyways. All he wants to do is get paid money to play golf and then show up at the majors, and that's where he really tries to compete. So this is really the best of both worlds. Brooks Koepka might be a genius. He gets $100 million to play golf in shorts, do 25% less work. That's what Billy's really excited about. And then just show up for the tournaments that he cares about and dominate.
It's crazy.
He's hacked golf.
And it is, not to get sappy, but we have a very cool job. We love our job. And these moments where it's like a guy that we root for, a guy that we become friends with, a guy who's become a fabric of this show, to go through the injuries he went through, to have everyone be like, oh, he's done, goes to Live Tour, to be back on top. Like, I was kind of emotional. I was kind of like, this is, and that wasn't just because we all won money on him, but it was very cool to see him get back to the top of the mountain. And so this is probably going to piss off golf fans. And let me just say there's a big but here. So obviously Tiger's the greatest, but I think Brooks is the closest to Tiger in terms of big lights showing up. Like the ice in his veins in these big moments. He's just there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not talking about Tiger. Tiger's the best of all time. Longevity, all the wins, everything. He's got 18 majors, that shit.
Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah, Jack Nicklaus. So Tiger has 17 or
15,
something?
I think.
15. Either way. Brooks, though, like if you're looking for I think there's been times when it was like Rory, and then obviously Scottie Scheffler and Jon Rahm have been incredible the last few years.
David Duval for like a year and a half.
Yeah, Jordan Spieth had his moment, but if you're looking for the answer of like who's the guy you can depend on the most in the big moments, it's Brooks Koepka.
What if Brooks just went nuts and for the next 10 years continued to dominate? Brooks is 10 away from Tiger.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the first to say it. Brooks can catch Tiger Woods' major record.
The guy finished second in the Masters. Like that's the thing. It's not a fluke.
Yeah.
He's back. He's all the way back.
Officially back.
And he is like US Open. I think what would we get him at 20-1 today? Like there's no chance we're getting him at 20-1 for the US Open.
No.
And,
in Los Angeles, I believe that's Max's home track.
Yep.
Just every course in Southern California, I just say is Max's home track.
Yeah.
But Brooks, it was awesome seeing him come out Friday. Thursday, he was a little shaky. Friday, he put on a clinic on the back nine. Saturday, he was again dominant compared to what other people were shooting out there. That's the thing. Like, he finished 9 under?
Yeah.
So that's an incredible score for the way that this course was set up with the weather that they had this week.
They said an 18 handicap would shoot 150 at this course.
How did they know that?
I don't know. Someone said that. I just heard
That's
that.
me.
Oh, that was you? You
No,
said
no.
that? Oh,
I would shoot a 150.
You're an 18 handicap.
Right around there, yeah.
On the windy day, they were saying that.
Yeah, the wind.
I don't know how they fucking know that, but whatever.
The wind looks shitty. Other big story from the PGA Championship was Michael Block.
Yes.
The PGA club, he was a club pro.
Yes.
And so he's in Southern California, I believe. And he looks like a complete cross between Ryan Russillo and Blake Bortles. And he dunked a hole-in-one on the back nine on Sunday, and that was awesome.
Which ended
What a
up
cool
being
moment that was.
super significant because he finished tied for 15th, which means he gets to play in the PGA Championship again next year. Great story, like one of those, this is a Hollywood story. He did cry a lot. He was crying a lot.
Well, Amanda Renner knew what she was doing,
but
in
he was
the interview right afterwards, because she goes, look what I have right here. It's a video of your home club, and guess what? You know who took this video? It was your son. And then he started crying. They're like, and guess what? I know your son's sick right now. He said that was the best moment of his life. And then he cried more. And then she goes, and on top of that, guess what? Before you hit the shot, he said, watch this. He's going to make a hole in one.
Damn.
So it was like it was the perfect golf tears moment. And
But that one made sense. I was saying like he was crying every day in the post. Like he cried like every press conference.
Yes, he did.
He's a crier.
He's a crier.
He's a Dick Vermeil of golf. Which, I mean, I guess you want emotion. It was just a great story, though. It's one of those stories that, like, you just... I was actually pissed for a while because they weren't showing him at all, because they built him up for 3 days, and then on the final day, they weren't showing him, and it's like, yeah, I want to see Brooks and Hovland, but we don't need to see them, like, debating with a rules official when we could see a live shot.
Yeah.
And then he forced his way back into coverage by hitting the hole-in-one, getting the up and down to finish tied for 15th. Great dude and a crier.
Yeah, and he went out Saturday night and he went partying. He went out to some bars that are local in the area. A bunch of people got pictures with him out drinking the night before. That just backs up, I think, what a lot of us already know, which is you play golf better when you're hungover.
Yes. He also said
because you're like, get me the fuck out of the sun. I want to get home, so you play faster.
He also said that he had his entire crew had flights for Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
I love that.
So he was not expecting to be around. The reaction when, I think he even cried when they told him he was playing with Rory the last day.
Yeah.
Guy just cries. He cries. It was a very emotional week for Michael Block, but
he did say afterwards, like, I'm smart enough to know that my life is peaking at this very moment. Nobody ever realizes that while they're in the moment of their life peaking.
Yes.
Because they usually try to ride that wave and they're like, okay, I'm using this as a launching point. He knew in that moment, he's like, that's the best moment of my life right there.
All-time perspective guy.
Yeah.
He had perspective for days.
And every time I see Amanda Renner on the Golf Channel or on, CBS, every time I see her, all I can think about is her saying, and just so you know, it's a 4-day tournament, but if you're not in the top half, you get cut on Friday, and then you have to go home and you don't get paid.
It sucks that Full Swing isn't with Brooks right now.
Yeah.
We're with Brooks. We have him coming up.
Liv should do their own Full Swing.
They should.
Where it's just partying, just like DJs, private planes.
Yeah, there was definitely people were like, the narrative of Liv golf players not being able to compete. Brooks has proven that wrong. We also had the greatest hits. Brandley Chambliss got very upset on set afterwards because they were talking about Brooks. I think Brooks is already qualified for the Ryder Cup, which is awesome. He did it in 2 tournaments. And Brandley Chambly was like, yeah, they're playing for their country. And like they had this weird, awkward stare down. So it's good to know that Brooks has everyone pissed off again.
Brooks is still...
He's all the way back.
Brooks is still an American citizen, technically. Last time
it's crazy.
Full Swing Live Tour would just be a public execution. Winding up with a sword.
Yeah. For anyone, and Phil Mickelson and just various leather jackets.
Yeah, I would watch that. Hell yeah, but no,
Phil Mickelson paying off the casinos in Vegas.
Brooks should be on the Ryder Cup. I'm going to go one further. Michael Block should be on the Ryder Cup for the vibes.
Why not? Michael Block, great story. But Jake, I'm sure you were like all in on the Michael Block story. You were,
it's really cool. It's just a regular guy, and I know he's played in majors before, but. I mean, to play with Rory, top 15, a hole-in-one playing with Rory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My question is, does his fee go up? I think it was $125 for a 45-minute lesson.
For a lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's got to, right?
You bump that up to $150.
He's got it. He also sounds like, when he was describing his life, it sounded like the best life ever. He's like, I show up at the course, I do some, different paperwork for an hour, then I go out and do some lessons, then I go back, do a little more paperwork, go out and do some more lessons, then my kids show up at 4:00 and I teach them for a couple hours. He's like, every day ends with my whole family at the golf club.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's like, this guy rules.
I'm sure that we probably have a lot of club pros that listen to Part of My Take. I'm curious to know what your days look like, because from my perspective growing up, the only time I interacted with a club pro was when they were chasing teens off the course.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, what the hell are you doing here?
Or fucking the hottest mom.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah,
just probably bang some strange and chase kids off the 9th green.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what else. I mean, it was a great tournament. It was fun. Brooks in New York too. He's won 3 out of his 5 majors in the state of New York.
This is the first time in what, two and a half years, probably 3 years, where Brooks has won not wearing shorts.
Yeah.
Who's back of the week? Pants.
Yeah.
Pants for Brooks Koepka.
Yeah.
What's that, Hank?
You okay,
How does
Hank?
that look?
Just thinking about the Celtics.
I took my hoops back.
Oh no.
Oh, pants?
It's gonna be shorts.
Yeah.
Oh.
We also had Brooks. Brooks played.
Hank sounds so depressed right now. It's awesome.
It's sad. It's sad. I don't know because like it's actually the saddest place you could be as a sports fan because you're not technically dead. So
Yeah.
you have to get yourself up off the mat and be like, no. There's still a game to be played.
Yeah, you're in hospice right now.
But
Hank.
you know deep down like there's nothing.
So
And
you're
like
Jimmy
not
Carter.
obviously not to make it about myself, but like I need them to win 2 games.
Bad. Soul patch. Get you out of it. You can play all the golf you want with that sweet soul patch.
I mean, you saw how fast Max's beard grew back. Maybe yours will grow back that fast.
Conservatively speaking, how many rounds of golf were you planning on playing in June? 20?
Oh, we're going to be
gonna
going
do
to some
two-thirds?
great golf set. We're going to Austin. We're going to play some golf there. We're going to go to Nashville. Tight end you. Hank was going to play some golf in Nashville. A lot of great courses there. Chicago. Moving to Chicago later on this week. Some good courses in Illinois
Great courses.
and Wisconsin
Damn, I could
nearby.
have got you in Cog Hill. Someone already hit you up about Cog Hill?
Oh, Big Cat, maybe in June, do you want to go to Miami and we can play on
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's course?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick. And Brooks will come.
Yeah.
He said that. You were watching the game. We'll get to Brooks in a minute because we did call in and he called us and he was drinking out of the trophy with his boys. Looked like the most fun ever. Last thing about the PGA, and then we got to talk Nuggets, Lakers. I did laugh about Kyle Porter, CBS, had a great tweet. He said, imagine telling yourself after the, I don't know how to say the South Carolina one, Jake. Kiowa? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kiowa PGA 2 years ago when the Bryson Brooks video emerged, that 2 years later, Crushers captain Bryson DeChambeau would be one of the first to congratulate Smash captain Brooks Koepka on his 5th major at Oak Hill. Mm-hmm. It's perfect.
It is.
It's poetic.
Although I still hate Bryson. I mean, I'll be honest. It doesn't have the same fire that it had a few years ago. But when I'm watching Bryson DeChambeau play golf,
Yeah.
I can't help myself. I'm just like, look at this fat fuck.
Well, yeah. Do you know what killed it for me? I mean, I still don't like him as well, but the fact that he got skinny again does kill a little. Like,
Still fat.
I hated his roided Bryson.
Yeah.
That was the peak of Bryson and the videos he would put out and just. So, yeah, the hate has simmered a little bit.
well, also because he's not really a threat to Brooks.
Yeah, that's true.
The rivalry's over. Like
The rivalry, yeah.
Bryson
It's
won
complete.
the PGA Championship, but there were no fans around. He basically won the bubble tournament.
it was Mickey Mouse.
It's like him and the Lakers winning in the bubble. Those didn't count.
I also did see someone note that Brooks was deliberately walking slower today so that he didn't have to wait long for his shots. Because there was a couple times he would just walk up and just hit it right away.
That's
it was
smart.
awesome.
He was
to watch.
lining up his 2-footers too.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
what he
that-
was doing. He was like a gimme putt. He was giving himself like
'Cause he said
a
he-
minute just so that
He didn't want to get caught with the people in front of him. It wasn't a Hovland
Right.
thing. It was he didn't want to be stuck. It was basically he learned that he's not going to let any other groups control his pace.
Mm-hmm.
He'll control himself. So he was walking slow so that he made sure that they never ran up in front of for the golfers in front of him.
It's smart. That way you're not
Yeah.
ever standing over your own shot.
Yeah.
You're always doing something, and then you get up to your ball. You can take your normal approach to it.
It was actually, it happened when Hovland had his ball disappear and Brooks was kind of getting iced out. And then the minute he could shoot, he shot right away.
Yeah.
It was just
He's ready to
instant.
go.
Yeah.
Now, I saw somebody suggest this on Twitter. I think it's a good idea if they did a Ryder Cup, but it was a format where it was live guys against PGA guys.
Ooh.
Like, get that rivalry going. Really lean into it. If you're the PGA, if you want ratings, if you want to drive, more revenue because you don't want to lose more guys to the Live Tour, come up with this like wrestling type shit where it's a rivalry that actually already exists right now.
Yep.
But lean into it. Have it be like WCW getting into a ladder match against all of WWF.
Yes. Why not?
Yeah.
This is how golf grows as a game. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we do have Brooks. We call him first, and then we have Anders Holm. Great interview in studio. Should we talk Lakers Nuggets? The game 3 on Saturday night, the NBA pulled out all their stops. Scott Foster, who got hit in the face and looked like he had lipstick on for the entire second half of the game. They were doing everything they could to make sure the Lakers won that game, including one of the weirdest fouls ever when Jokic got called for his 4th because Anthony Davis's leg hit Jokic's leg. But the Nuggets are just too good. Mm-hmm. They hit every shot. Jamal Murray was incredible in the first half, and D'Angelo Russell is maybe the worst player ever.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done a game of the year. I'm gonna do a game of I'm gonna do a game of the year.
Okay.
Lakers money line, game 4.
Okay.
It's got to happen.
They got to have fight.
It's got to happen.
Do you know that the Nuggets?
The NBA will not let LeBron James get swept in this series.
Do you know that the Nuggets, as a franchise, have never swept
Anybody?
How crazy is that? They've never been to an NBA championship title or finals, and they've never swept anyone.
I want to say Nugs in 6, but I think I'm dialing that back to Nugs in 5. I think I was wrong.
Yeah. Because
I was right about being wrong about the Nuggets just now, though.
Yeah, if the Lakers win Game 4, then they go back to altitude. LeBron's not going to win.
He's probably not going to make the trip.
They also should just play Austin Reeves a lot more and run the offense through him because he's like the only guy who consistently shows up for the Lakers.
It's puzzling how bad the Lakers have been. I don't want to say they're bad, but how they haven't. I expected them to step up last night.
Yeah,
I expected them to be much, much better at home, in front of Jack Nicholson, who, by the way, still looks awesome.
Still looks
not a day over 30 years old.
Might be battling dementia.
Little Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
But I thought that they would put on a better show at home.
And especially because Jokic, he didn't have his triple-double. He was averaging a triple-double. He wasn't even close to it because of the foul trouble. But Jamal Murray just absolutely torched him. And the Nuggets are just all around a very good team. They just play great basketball. They hit all the big shots. It was crazy to watch that game and you knew what was happening in the first half. You knew that I know that it sucks that the NBA has this element to it where you can feel like the refs are clearly trying to extend a series and the Nuggets just were better than the refs. They were better than the Lakers and they were better than the refs.
And I've watched every Nuggets game this postseason and a lot of their regular season games too. And every time I see Jeff Green on the court, I'm like, oh, that's Jeff Green. He's still in the league.
Yeah.
I know that Jeff Green is on the Nuggets right now, but I have to say it every time he's on the court. Oh, shit, that's Jeff Green.
He got up for a clean block that was called a foul. Got some serious air. He's 38?
30. Let's see. He was on that Georgetown team in 2008.
He got drafted. He might be 36 because he's 36. He got drafted, I think, the same year with Kevin Durant. He was the 5th pick.
Still in the league.
Yeah. I mean, Nuggets. Fucking Nuggets are good.
They're a wagon. But
They're
again,
really fucking good.
I don't know what it is about the Heat because I can't put my finger on why the Heat are so good right now. Obviously, Jimmy Butler is one factor, but everybody, if one guy doesn't show up one night, there are going to be 3 guys that step up in his place. It's crazy watching how good the Heat have become over these playoffs, and I'm a little bit afraid of them.
Yeah, I mean they play great basketball as a team, and they're fucking phenomenally coached.
Yeah. Also, I think Jimmy Butler might have photographic memory because his reverse celebrations when he taunts somebody back in the same way that they've taunted him are too perfect.
Yes,
he did the timeout thing that Al Horford did. Even got down on the exact same knee that Al did. He mimicked it perfectly.
Yep.
I think Jimmy, he has, I don't know if it's across the board photographic memory, but I know that if you fuck with Jimmy, it gets seared into his brain.
Yes.
And he will do whatever it takes, come hell or high water, to do that celebration right back in your face.
Yes, that's facts. Okay. Anything else before we do Who's Back? And then we have Brooks, and then we have Anders Holm. Anything else? Going once, going twice. Okay. Let's do Who's Back of the Week. And this entire show is sponsored by Turo. It is the world's largest car sharing marketplace. With Turo, you can book any car you want for just about any occasion from a community of local hosts across the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. Book an SUV for a road trip, something easy and affordable for getting around on vacation, or test drive an EV. You can even get a vintage car, something classy for a special event or photo shoot. Every trip is backed by liability insurance. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply. Find your drive. Forget boring rental cars at Turo.com, Turo.com. Hank, you just got one.
Yeah, unbelievable service, great car, great weekend until this evening when the Celtics lost.
Yes, but everything leading up to that was fantastic.
Yeah, driving the car was great. The car was nice. The service was super easy to use.
Easy pickup, everything.
Super easy. I'll be doing it again.
And you can get any type of car. So ditch the boring rentals. Go check out Turo. It's the world's largest car sharing marketplace. I think I'm going to have to get into it as well. Find your drive. Forget boring rental cars at Turo.com, Turo.com. Go check them out today. Start renting some awesome cars with Turo.com, Turo.com. Okay, who's back of the week?
Yeah, my who's back of the week is shorts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice.
Right,
good.
nice.
Who's back, Hank?
Good,
Thank you.
Good,
Why?
good job.
Why are shorts back, Hank?
Brooks Koepka just won a major today. He plays on the Live Tour.
Mm-hmm.
They're allowed to wear shorts. Big point of controversy. A lot of people saying no player that wears shorts and plays golf will ever win a major, and Brooks proved them wrong. So
He did.
Big day for shorts.
Huge day for shorts. All the shorts guys out there.
That's a great who's back, Hank.
Thanks.
I love it, Hank.
Thank you.
What about you, Hank? You're in the building on Friday night. Played some golf on Saturday.
How'd you shoot?
I shot well, actually.
Hank, did you mute all notifications on the golf app that you use that used to tell me whenever you'd be golfing?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. I haven't gotten any from Hank, and I'm pissed off about it.
you shot a 95.
Shot a 95 Friday. I shot a 90 on Saturday.
What?
Whoa.
Damn, that'd be so
had a great
shitty if
weekend.
your game took a step back because you didn't golf for a month.
What if me and Big Cat played so much golf in June that we got better than you, and you got rusty?
You are going to get rusty. You can't go to a driving range.
No, you can't practice. That's golf.
I mean, I can go.
no,
you
golf.
can't.
You can go,
Oh,
but
just
you
to
can watch.
watch 'em?
Yeah.
Okay. Just for the ambiance?
Hank was honestly saying that he was going to just go out to a bunch of golf courses and just walk.
Yeah.
Just to be near the game.
Hank might become an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like, I got nothing else to do. It's just unreliable for the entire month of June.
No, it'll be great.
I'm sorry, Hank.
It won't even be a big deal.
No, I'm sorry, Hank.
Shit.
Hank, I'm sorry.
It's not your
No,
fault,
you're not.
Hank.
Shut the
I'm
fuck
sorry.
up.
It's not your fault.
Not over.
You can get a house.
Shut the
You can
fuck
get a
up,
soul
Jake.
patch.
Not over.
Thank you for making me wear that.
I don't think you know that, though, that you can get a soul patch.
Or what if you rented a cat for the month?
2 months. 2 months rental of a cat.
If you rent a cat for the entire summer, I'm willing to.
Yeah,
to let you
no,
out of
all the
this.
way from Memorial Day to Labor Day, you have to get a cat. If you got a cat from Memorial Day to Labor Day, that counts. And
All
then
right.
because he'll fall in love with the cat, and he'll have to keep the cat. You can't just give the cat
You
back.
can't lose the cat
There's
either.
no way you'd give the cat back. You have a big heart.
That would make you a monster. That would make you worse than Max.
You'd be Lena Dunham. You'd be Lena Dunham.
Let's just win on Tuesday. Let's just win on Tuesday.
Okay. PFT, who's back?
My who's back is the Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Our Golden Knights.
Our Golden Knights.
Up 2-0, 2-0, most dangerous lead in hockey against the Dallas Stars. And how many overtimes did Game 1 go to?
4.
4 overtimes.
And like all of 4.
Yeah, I feel bad for Knights fans and for Stars fans. It obviously sucks worse for a Stars fan to watch 4 overtimes. But most hockey fans, when they're watching that, at some point, maybe in the 3rd overtime, are like, just end it one
Yes.
way or the other. Just
Oh, yeah.
just shoot me.
Yes.
Put me out of my misery, because if you're watching your team play playoff hockey, it
Wait,
sucks.
the Panther game went to 4
Oh,
overtimes.
Panther game went to 4
Yeah.
overtimes.
This went to 1 overtime.
One
Yeah,
overtime.
yeah.
Okay, I was
Both
thinking about
of their
the other one.
games went to 1 overtime.
Yes.
Yeah, we've obviously been watching the hockey very closely.
All 4 games have been decided in overtime.
Correct. And the Panthers game
Panthers,
1
yes.
was quadruple overtime.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was also a very, very funny stat that they showed on the TNT hockey show. I don't know if you guys saw this.
Oh,
but
I did. That was an insult stat.
It was an insult stat that they brought out on our good friend Biz Nasty. And just so you guys know, this aggression will not stand towards Paul Bissonnette. It ranked the number of total points in the NHL that everybody that was on the desk had. I'm trying to pull it up.
but it's Gretzky, Anson Carter, and Lundqvist. He's
Yeah,
a goalie.
Lundqvist is a goalie, so
that can't-
at least Biz Nasty has more points than Henry Lundqvist.
Okay.
So it says number 1, Wayne Gretzky, 2,857 points. Second place, Anson Carter, 421
Makes
points.
sense.
Oh, this must be wrong, because it says Henrik Lundqvist, the goalie, has 27 career points.
Okay, so Biz has to have more.
And then no, Paul Bissonnette's number 4 on this with 22 career points. That can't be right.
Damn.
I'm going to email Turner and get that corrected. That can't be right?
No, that can't be right.
Less than a goalie?
Damn.
Anyways, we've been watching a lot of
Insult stat.
hockey on Part of My Take.
Go Knights.
Go Knights. Let's go Knights.
We're up 2-0.
Yeah.
Huge.
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 What if we just won it all?
Be sick.
Yeah.
Hang another banner in the PMT studios. Yeah, I mean Jake is just silently going to win 2 titles in the spring.
And Brooks, he's from South Florida
and
too.
It's fucking ridiculous.
And he had 2 teams in the Final Four.
This is, I mean, we
I mean,
did.
I'm not claiming Miami and FAU.
but we
You have?
like-
Yes, you have. You've
Well,
claimed
throughout the
FAU.
tournament, yes, but I'm not going to brag about them.
Jim
making
Boeheim
Final
was
Four.
at the course this weekend.
Yes, he was.
So that
He was in
counts as a
Rochester.
Syracuse title,
Sure.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Jake. I mean, I think we predicted this too. Like Max and Hank will go all out war.
Yep.
And then Jake will just show up and be like,
Stomp.
series isn't over, even though we're up 4-0.
Jake would
3-0.
be.
No, I know. When you go up 4-0, you're going to be like, who knows? They might just play another game.
No. What's going to happen after the game's over? You will not see a human being stand up faster with his hand extended for a handshake than Jake Marsh will. It'll be like the second the clock hits 0, you're going to get in Hank's face. You're going to stomp on his throat and be like, good series. Thanks for the sweep.
Yeah. All right, my who's back is rest versus rust debate, because if both series do end in a sweep, so it'd be Monday and Tuesday the series would end, the NBA Finals doesn't start till June 1st no matter what. So the Nuggets would have 9 days off and the Heat would have 8 days off. What happens when both teams have the rest versus rust? Who gets rustier? Who gets restier?
Which team's older?
I would imagine, I don't know. Because Haslam kind of skews the Heat.
He does.
Jeff Green skews the Nuggets.
Did Haslam get in tonight? I don't think that he did.
No, I don't think
Average age.
Yeah, that's going to be important to know because that's going to favor the older team.
Yeah, you're right. I would say they're probably about the same, would be my guess. Let's see. NBA teams. All right, so the Miami Heat are average age 28.7. Okay, and the Denver Nuggets are 27.3. So pretty close.
All right, so it's about a year off.
Yeah. Pretty close.
That would favor the Heat. Fuck.
Yeah. Okay, and then my other...
That's too long to go.
That is.
The NBA should change. They should bump it up.
It's going to be very weird having... I mean, I, for one, am going to be happy to finally get some sleep, but that's also just a personal problem.
What do the teams do if they have to spend that many days off? Do they have, like, full contact, full simulated scrimmages in their practices to keep them going?
Our guy Stathole Sports sent me the list of them, and he was saying why wouldn't they just do a couple scrimmages against each other?
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah,
televise them.
Yeah,
call one of them game one,
or have I play golf for like a day or two. If there's a week off.
Yeah, I think was it Titus that said that they should do a Celtics-Lakers series.
Yeah.
A third place series.
That would be great.
To get some ratings.
A 3-game series in that 8-game rest.
Yeah, they should have that.
Awesome.
They should have that.
Yes.
They'd probably get more ratings.
Oh, the ratings police are already doing work.
Yeah.
About a Nuggets Heat final.
Hank, would you want to beat the Lakers in a 3-game third place series?
No.
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't care.
Oh, I forgot to ask this question at the start. How much does it hurt you being down 3-0, knowing that you would be able to make fun of LeBron being down 3-0, but you can't because you're also down 3-0?
It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot.
Yeah?
I'm having no fun.
Yeah.
That's a great quote.
I'm having no fun.
Not even a little bit of fun?
No, there's no fun.
What about Brooks?
Yeah, come on.
Brooks was fun.
Yeah.
Brooks was a lot of fun.
But then it just, golf is kind of a triggering thing at this point.
You hate watching him enjoy his time on the golf course so much. Yeah.
Knowing what you're going to
That could have been you.
What if have you thought about if you don't golf for an entire month? Like, what if you just, fall out of love with it?
That'd probably be productive. That'd be good for work.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Save that quote.
If a person doesn't have hobbies, all there is work.
Yeah, that's true.
I think work-life balance is good, but a work balance
works too. It also works.
What if you get the old George Costanza and you get super smart? You start to play the piano. You get other hobbies, and you're like, wow, golf is really taking up a big part of my mind.
Work balance. There's work and then there's just more work.
That's what you want.
No, that's not what I want.
You can still go on vacation. You just can't golf on vacation.
Yeah. I want a happy Hank.
Wait, Hank, do you really like vacations or do you just like golfing while you're on vacation?
It's a means to an end.
I like vacation.
One got to go. Hank, one got to go. Golf or vacations?
Hank's the alcoholic at the bar.
Huh?
Me.
Hank's the alcoholic at the bar who's like, I only smoke cigs when I drink. I only golf when I go on vacation.
You ever try to go on vacation without golfing? It's like trying to poop and not pee.
It's been happening to me recently, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I've a few times, a week, I'll just take a shit, and then a minute later, I'll be like, wait, I didn't pee.
That's
and then I'll go pee. I don't know. Is something wrong?
To clean off the skid marks.
No, I'm saying I don't.
Into your own butt?
I'm not even thinking about it. And then I'm like, oh shit, I didn't pee. I gotta go pee. What's going on with that? Some doctor tell me I'm okay.
I don't think you are.
I don't think I am either.
Yeah.
I think it's a problem.
I think my entire
it's
life,
not even like conscious. It's just like, whoops.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I think I'm batting 1,000 every time I
me.
poop, I pee.
Not me. My numbers are going down.
It's tough.
My other who's back is cold brew because we got it coming. Stella Blue coffee. Cold brew coming. Announcement on Tuesday. It is so delicious. Summertime. When I think of summertime, I think of summer, vacations, golf, cold brew. So if you can't do the two in the middle, you might as well just do summer and cold brew.
Live for coffee.
Yes, exactly. Because there's no golf. And if you have a soul patch, you can maybe save a little flavor saver.
I could use a little cold brew right now. It's hot in the studio.
It is very hot in the studio. Cold brew. It is super delicious. We'll do a round of cold brews on Tuesday before we do the show. It is like we made some really fucking good cold brew. So get excited. StellaBlueCoffee.com on Tuesday. Billy.
My who's back is Antonio Brown in pro football.
Oh.
He has finally found an owner that will want him to play for them, and it's himself. So if you didn't know, he owns a AFL team, the Albany Empire. They've been having some difficulties lately. You know how they say some really good players don't make good coaches? Well, some good players don't make good owners. He apparently wasn't paying coaches previously, and now he's actually making the best move he could as an owner and is going to suit up and play for the team.
I like that. That's where this is all leading anyways.
Yeah.
Hasn't he fired 3 coaches in the last month?
And he's just not paying anybody.
Yeah.
And then he's like taking videos of him like paying people, and then there's like restaurants that are being like, the Albany Empire didn't pay their dinner tab, and then he's like, it's a big shit show up there in Albany.
If I was Antonio Brown, the player, I would not want to pay. I would not want to play for Antonio Brown, the owner.
Yeah.
Is he paying himself to play?
You think he might actually get in an argument with himself?
Yeah.
He might be a two hats type of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well, hopefully he'll pay this next coach.
Hey, I'll watch clips on Twitter.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. No.
At least
clips
half.
No, they'll that like what will happen is he'll play and then you'll click on one tweet and then you'll just have your For You just be constant Antonio Brown highlights for a day.
I will watch at least 5 seconds as I'm scrolling through Twitter of an Antonio Brown play in this whatever league it is.
Yes.
What if he's washed? He can't compete with those dudes.
I think he'll probably dominate them, if I had to guess.
Okay.
Yeah. He was in the league, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
He won a Super Bowl 3 years ago?
Yeah. He's
I'd
probably
imagine
pretty good.
he's probably better than...
He's also insane.
Yeah, true. Also
He's
true.
insane.
They've lost a step.
Yeah. All right, Jake, finish us off.
My who's back is Randy Moss picking winners.
Yes.
National treasure wins the Preakness. Shout out to the recurring guest.
Quite the day for Bob Baffert. He announced his he did the Jim Valvano. If you can laugh, you can cry.
Kill a horse.
Yeah, kill a horse, win a race. It's a full day.
Yeah.
It's a full day. Forget the horse's name that you killed. Yeah, you just have a full day in horse racing.
I'm starting to get out on horse racing. Nothing like cools off a nice Saturday that you have if you're having a couple beers, watching sports on TV, like them dragging a tarp out onto a track and killing a horse.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a good scene. It was not a good scene. The horse racing definitely. I love horse racing. I'll always bet horses, but yeah, they got some issues they got to figure out. And Bob Baffert being back was
I feel like that's what we have to do to Hank right now.
He did like the Baffert
Bring
cycle.
the tarp out.
The Baffert cycle is kill a horse, win a race.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hank is just act like a man. Put your hands up. Fight.
Do you want us to get the giant tarp, Hank?
Fight for your
I've been
guys.
saying we got to win on Tuesday.
Yeah. And you're not. Yeah. It's just
Pedro game 5, Shill game 6, game 7. Anything can happen.
You got to watch The Town on Tuesday.
Yeah, director's cut.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get. Well, actually, no. You probably
Watch it
shouldn't.
tonight.
Probably shouldn't watch The Town
No, I'll watch the town.
because Missoula's like doing that and it's not working.
Do you think he watches The Town even when he's sad? He puts on a somber town.
Yeah. He should watch like Hell or High Water or something. A different bank
sense.
robbery.
Or
The Departed?
if he's going to watch a movie about bank robbery, watch Heat.
yeah. Or
If you're going to take on Miami.
Or if you're going to do bank robberies, why don't you just read some of Billy's blogs about Chiefsaholic?
Yeah.
Get you in the mood. Mm-hmm. You know, he's probably going to be on the run after this.
Yeah, there's got to be another Boston movie The Departed.
Wouldn't it be crazy if we found out like
rat.
afterwards, like at some point, like maybe like midway through the Hawks series, Joe Mazzulla's jiu-jitsu instructor like choked him out a little too hard.
Yeah.
And like he lost a little oxygen to his brain.
Permanent brain damage.
Yeah, they came out and they're like, we should have probably said something about this, but yeah. He went to the hospital because he was fooling around in jiu-jitsu class for too long.
Wouldn't shock me.
No, it would not. Out of all the headlines you could get after this Celtics season, that probably would be like one of the least shocking.
I would rather have my coach be addicted to cocaine.
Yeah.
Like real bad cocaine problem than to be getting choked out all the time.
Yes. Yeah, he's literally just going his hobby outside of basketball is to get less oxygen into his brain.
Yes. Not good.
He's essentially huffing paint.
Not good, but watching Solidarity, Hank.
Yeah. Come on.
I will.
Pick him up. All right. We have a great call with Brooks Koepka with the Wanamaker, drinking beers with his boys. And then we have an awesome interview with Anders Holm. Before we do that, our takeover, right, PFT?
Yeah, it's a takeover by our good friends Turo. We love Turo. Hank just used Turo this weekend, had a great time in Boston. Turo is the world's largest car-sharing marketplace. And with Turo, the best part is you can book any car that you want for just about any occasion from a community of local hosts across the U.S., UK, Canada, and Australia. Book an SUV for a road trip, something easy and affordable for getting around on vacation, or you can test drive an EV. I know we've got some listeners in Australia. I want to see a listener in Australia that's using Turo. I think we have one out there. Use Turo if you're down under, if you're thinking about driving from Sydney to Queensland, let's say. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Bruce. Book it through Turo. Okay, you can book that SUV. You can even get a vintage car. You can get something classy for a special event or for a photo shoot. And every single trip is backed by liability insurance. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply. We're going to be moving to Chicago. I don't have a car yet. I might get involved in the Turo scene.
Let's go.
That might be how I do the bridge car once I move out there until I buy my first car. I want to be using Turo. You guys should use Turo too. Find your drive. Forget boring rental cars at Turo.com. That's Turo.com. Find your drive at Turo.com. And now, here is PGA champion Brooks Koepka.
Okay, we now welcome on PGA champion, 5-time major champion. It is Brooks Koepka. Look at it. He's got the Wanamaker trophy full of beer.
Already.
I mean, dude, first of all, just congrats. That was awesome. That was awesome. I mean, how you're drunk. Talk to us about how awesome that was. Talk to us about how awesome that was.
That was fucking incredible. And all I could think about today, all I heard was Blake this, Blake that. And all I could think of, I was like, oh, fuck, this might actually really come true. Jenna might be in trouble.
Yeah. So both Big Cat and I did hear from Jenna. I don't think she's super happy with us to the point that you might have to name your son Blake. Why don't we just compromise? What if the middle name is Blake?
I mean, I think the first name is up for debate.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well,
I still think it's up.
Okay.
Brooks, I actually, I've already brokered a deal behind your back because Jenna Instagram storied. She was like, "This is getting too serious. You guys got to chill with the Blake." And then she DM'd me and was like, "What if he wins the U.S. Open? Then I get to name the baby." I was like, "Deal," because I'll just bet on him again. And if he wins the U.S. Open,
that what she said?
Yeah, I was like, I don't care what you name the baby. I'll just fucking win more money on him. So just win the U.S. Open. Look at that. That thing is full.
That's awesome.
All right, so wait.
More.
I got two real quick questions I wanted to ask. The 11th, you just got up there and fired that shot out of what looked like the most miserable lie. Did you even take a practice swing?
I'm not really sure. It was so bad that I knew I was making bogeys, so I was just like, wherever this goes, it doesn't really matter as long as it gets out. It was just like, you know how you ever just try to like hurry something up, you know it's not going to go well, so you just try to hurry it up and like just be done with it because you don't want to deal with what's about to happen. So yeah, that was basically it.
Yeah, that was awesome. You just got up there and you just manned it out of the bunker.
You were just doing your taxes in the fucking bunker.
Like, exactly. Same thing. Yeah, exactly.
Just get it over with.
So I got all my boys are here.
I love it.
Getting rowdy. Yeah.
I fucking love it. All right, so, then the other question I had was, it's not even a question. It's more just like, this is how much of a killer Blake or Brooks is. We were texting this morning on Sunday morning, and the last thing you said to me is like, all right, I'll talk to you later tonight. And I was like, wait, did he just basically say he's going to win this whole fucking thing? You just have confidence. You have swag.
Yeah. I was just really looking forward to drinking out of that thing again. It's been a while. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I think we need to really just make this a weekly thing at the majors. Just every Tuesday we talk.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that the suspension is over, everything's done. Boom, Tuesday, you already know what's happening. Book it.
Yes.
Yeah,
US Open League.
we have a standing opening on Part of My Take for you the Tuesday before the U.S. Open. Blake,
He's just
I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying, yeah, we've already booked it on the calendar. Tuesday before the U.S. Open, you'll be on. And then Sunday, you'll be on again. So that's 5. You've got the Wanamaker Trophy. How many beers fit in it? My guess is 21 beers.
Wait, how many beers do y'all? You poured 18 in here? They got 18 in here.
Over under.
Look at that.
That's
Yeah. Well,
Count it.
This is great. This is basically like what everyone gets to live. You even have your luggage. Like, are you flying back tonight?
yeah, we're flying, but we're supposed to fly back in like 30 minutes. It's 20. Yeah. The pilot said that they were going to time out at 10:30, but we're pushing.
All right,
It's like, yeah.
I have another trophy-related question because some people were mad that you didn't kiss the trophy when it was presented to you. Have you kissed it?
Yeah, my lips have been on this thing a lot tonight. It's just only required alcohol for my lips to be on it.
The Irish kiss.
All right. Well, dude. I mean, is it weird to say that we felt like we won a major today as well? Is that fucked up to say? Because we were rooting harder than we've ever rooted. We had everyone in line. Hank was not allowed to say anything. We all had bets on you.
God, thank God for Hank. Thank God Hank didn't say a word.
He didn't say a word. And it was
here we go. They're spilling beers. Yeah, no, you guys should feel like you won.
okay.
Honestly, everybody but Hank.
Yes.
Okay.
Should feel like, and we won because of Hank keeping it quiet.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll invite him to Grove. Maybe.
No chance. He doesn't get an invite.
Yeah.
to
Okay. All right. No chance. That's fine. Just be us and Caleb.
One last real question. I know this is like sappy because you're drunk and you just won the PGA Championship, but after you won it, was there a moment where you're like, fuck, man, this is like all the shit I went through, the injuries, everything, and like here I am back where I should belong, 5 majors, you know, in the last 6-7 years, more than anyone else in that time frame. Like, you're like, yeah, man, I'm still Brooks fucking Koepka.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think I made the putt. I laughed at it because I left it short, and that's honestly the opposite of what I was trying to do. I was really trying to make it, but I looked right up after I made it, and I looked right in my caddy's eyes, and he was there. He helped me through surgery. He helped me through everything, and like there was like maybe a 10-second moment where it was like a flashback to everything from surgery till now. Like it was pretty cool. Honestly, it was pretty special, man.
Yeah, and you're all the way back now. All the
way
haters, they can't say anything now. Brooks Koepka is
Yeah, I
officially
won't
back.
be. I honestly, I'm just excited. We've got what? P's game tomorrow. Dude, this is gonna be a long week for me. P's game tomorrow. Heat game Tuesday. Panthers game Wednesday, and then got to go up and go play the live event this weekend. So, yeah, I don't know how well that live event's gonna go. I'll be dead honest. I got a little. There's a little. I think the drool has started to dry up right here. I got my fashion on.
Yeah.
The drool. Yeah. Honestly, if you give me 5 minutes the second I get off this thing, dude, it's so hard to drink out of that thing. I'll bring it for you guys to drink out of, but it's yeah, you'll spill it all over yourself.
Wait,
too.
can you take a sip on? Have one of your boys hold the camera and take a sip before you go.
Here. Somebody hold it. You ready?
You legit got a stretch, dude, I'm telling you.
All right, Brooks is drinking out of it.
He's spilling
so much.
He's got dribble. It's a lot of dribble.
Oh,
That's awesome.
oh man.
That's the sign of a good time.
Yes. All right, Brooks.
I'm very happy for you,
Yes,
Brooks.
we are.
Congratulations. I'm proud.
Thanks,
Is it fucked up to say I'm proud of you? I'm
proud of you, yeah.
I'm proud of us.
No.
Brooks.
Take
proud
that.
of us.
I appreciate it.
Well, I'm happy for myself because I won a lot of money too.
Yeah,
So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think I finished 40th. I finished 40th.
Did you? How'd you finish 40th?
Like if I were playing this weekend, I got the money of the 40th player.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Finished 40th. Yeah. I'm a
Good.
pro. Yeah.
Even on live, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's
You got
pretty
me a
good.
car, bro. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks so much.
No,
dude.
hey, anything, you let me know.
All right. See you, man.
boys.
Have
Good
fun
to
this
see y'all.
week. Okay, we now welcome on recurring guest in studio this time. It is Anders Holm. He is promoting his new movie called About My Father.
Yep.
Which is you were the headliner in that. Robert De Niro's below that.
Robert. Yeah.
Robert
I know who
De
that is.
Niro.
Yes.
Obviously people know him from Workaholics as well. So you got the new movie coming out.
Yeah.
I guess I know this is a lame first question, but how was it working with Robert De Niro? Because that is there's a very few people I think in Hollywood that we have so much access to celebrities now.
Right.
But there's it's Pacino, it's De Niro.
Yeah.
It's maybe Jack Nicholson where you're like, whoa, that's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
Did you have that?
Yeah, man. I mean, here's what's super duper fucked up is that this is my second time working with him.
Okay.
So I did a movie called The Intern 5 years ago with him.
Great movie.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I forgot you were in that.
And so did Bob. But no joke. The first day back, I was like, please remember me. Please remember me. And he was like, hey, how you doing?
Oh, fuck
been a
yes.
while. And I was like, it has. I'm crying. But no, working with that dude and first of all, right out the gate when I met him, arms open, hugger, and you're like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And he's not a huge personality, right? So that's kind of also disarming because a lot of people in that position can be like, this is my set. You kind of feel the vibe.
Yeah.
He sets the tone in a way that's just chill, and makes you feel at home and you can do your thing.
Yeah.
And then I quickly made it my set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely
Fuck
dominate
yeah.
that.
You're
Yeah.
alpha.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's old news.
Exactly.
You're next
generation.
up.
Yeah, I was I kept being like,
bigger than
where's
he's
old
ever
news? Is old news in his trailer?
Oh, he's taking a nap again?
Yeah.
When you first worked with him, were you before you got a chance to meet him and see how kind of low key and cool he was?
Yeah.
Were you intimidated? Were you I have to step my acting game up because I'm going to be in a scene with Robert De Niro?
Yeah, you say that, but then it's futile, right? What are you going to step your game up to his level?
You got to cry.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
And by the way, I did have to cry day one on The Intern. And my story that I kind of hate to share because it is kind of personal is I had a homie who just died. And I was like, if I'm going to cry, I'm going to use that, right?
Right.
And was kind of offset, right behind something, getting ready to go in there, and was like, this is fucking stupid. My friend would clown me for
Right.
doing this. And then I was just like, yo, do you guys have the stuff you can blow in my eyes real quick?
Yeah.
Let's do that and then roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would that be very nice to do to your, deceased friend, or would it be hey, you're using him for acting?
No, he'd
it's
be
it's like a fluffer.
Exactly. He'd be like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? I'm fucking dead.
Yeah, stop crying just so you can get your scene off.
Yeah.
I always wonder about that, how many actors tap into a real emotion in a scene like that. I also wonder,
Yeah.
this is probably a stupider thing, have you ever died on screen?
I don't think so.
I
don't know.
I wonder how actors do that. Do you have to hold your breath for an extended period of time?
Right, yeah. I don't know, man. I will though when it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll think of you
Go method.
and I'll go keep holding.
Yeah,
Keep rolling.
Keep holding. Yeah, I feel to cry on command, I don't know. I don't think I could do it. I think I would probably just think of my kids getting old.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Right. I can do it now. I use a positive a positive memory from my past and my parents cheering it at swim meets and shit that gets the hairs on the back of my neck going and you get emotional.
Right.
And so you can't tell. It's just you start welling up with that kind of emotion.
Yeah. Nostalgia kind of stuff.
I would think of the national anthem. Just
Oh,
get
yeah?
so
Of this
patriotic.
country?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
no, any national anthem.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Just start crying.
Or
because of
John
what it means.
Cena announcing that we killed Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank
That
you,
would be
sir.
good.
Compromise him to
Yeah.
the fullest extent.
Yeah.
Or John Cena just talking about Hondas.
Yeah.
Is that his brand?
Or John Cena talking about his dead friends, because we had an interview with him where he did that to us and it got really awkward.
Oh yeah.
He was like, let's not joke, guys. I know a guy that died recently.
And
I
you
was
were like,
oh, that's
We're like, well, actually,
we'll be right back with more beef jerky commercials. Fucking
let's talk to you about 4 hymns.
like,
You
yeah.
have trouble getting hard,
Yeah.
Cena?
John, actually, the majority of people are dead.
right. Yeah.
like by a large margin.
And we can talk about that all day, or we could fucking move on and talk about the draft and the Blackhawks getting that 17-year-old.
Yes.
Oh, do you remember when John Cena, when he apologized to the entire nation of China in Mandarin because he called Taiwan a country?
Yes. He just dropped Mandarin on our faces. We're like, what?
Look, man, I'm sure John Cena's a good guy, but what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Just keep it real. There's a bunch of people over there who will buy your shit and give you money, but you don't need them. You're doing fine.
Yeah, you'll be okay,
You're doing
John.
more than fine.
Woof.
So this movie though, it seemed like it was a lot of fun. Like it feels,
dude.
especially Sebastian being it's his story with his dad. Was it one of the most fun experiences you've had? Because you've done some very fun shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, excuse me, hungover. We were in Mobile, Alabama.
Okay.
Just kind of post-COVID, so a lot of shit was closed down. So it wasn't like Offset was like the best experience, right? Even though Mobile's got good food and we had a good time. I was there for 2 months, but on set, this dude like Brett Dyer, who played my younger brother in the movie, we had a great time. David Raishi, who was in Succession, he plays Carl. Played my dad. Dude is just lights out, super funny. Sebastian, super funny. And we just had like a good time.
Yeah.
Kim Cattrall is like, she plays my mom in the movie. She's awesome. And we're all being these kind of like super duper honky caricatures, which is just fun.
That is
like,
fun. Yeah.
Lean into that.
Yeah.
You mentioned swimming a second ago. Are they underrated athletes, do you think?
No.
I feel like they're freak athletes
I think
to a
you
certain
guys
extent.
are.
No. Here, I'll tell you what it is. When you get to a certain level, like college, right? I swam for University of Wisconsin, where you went.
yes.
And we might have been there at the same time.
I think you graduated my freshman year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you heard about me?
Of course, dude. Of course, that's actually why I went.
Right, exactly. We'll get to that. We'll get back to how legendary the swim team was at Wisconsin. But even at the like collegiate level, where people are like top of the top, right? You still have two different kinds of athletes. You have like athletes who probably could have done another sport that are super coordinated that just fell into swimming. And when we would like play basketball, they'd be like sick. Or like if we'd fuck around in the field house and play like ultimate frisbee, they could run like lights out and like make diving catches and shit like that. And then you have other people that just have an engine that they can turn on. They dive in the pool, turn it on, and just can go. Mm-hmm. Right? Their heart is like 5 times the normal size, but they can't jump, they can't run, they can't do anything but that. So like,
those are CrossFit athletes.
Yeah.
Where if you throw them a ball, they can't catch it, but then they can lift. They can like snatch it 1,000 pounds.
I kind of equate it to basketball, where it's like you got your point guards that are like these freak athletes, but like rarely do you have a center or even sometimes a forward who can like do super duper maneuvers, right?
Yeah.
So like, we take all athletes.
I feel like swimming, you're underselling it, because swimming's that one thing that everyone did it, as a kid, and it's fun, and pools are fun. And then if you ever try to be like, hey, I'm going to swim like 4 laps, and they're like, this fucking sucks. This is so much harder than running or anything.
Yeah. No, it's tough. It's brutal. And you're doing, because it's such a low impact sport, you can do it twice a day.
Right.
So like the conditioning is crazy. When I got to college, I lost 10 pounds and I was like already like super skinny. I lost 10 pounds just upping the training, and then I had to like try and get that muscle mass back. And I don't know if I ever got there.
I think I always think of swimmers as being freak athletes just because they have to wake up so early in the morning to go swimming.
Dude,
that's true.
I was late almost every day.
Yeah, I would be too. You have to wake up so early for swimming.
It was like a problem. My coach is like, what are you doing here? Do you want to be here? I'm like, I do. Trust me. I'm not a morning guy.
Yeah. Would you like, what's the season for swimming? I don't even know that.
It's winter, but it's super long.
Right.
It's as long as like hockey and basketball as far as training goes, but we don't have a zillion games like those guys. I can't imagine going through that.
And pretty much the best like moment of your swim career is probably when like randomly during like a game against Purdue, they let you go out on the field in the first quarter at Camp Randall.
Dude.
They're like, here's a swim team. And everyone's like, oh, shit.
So I do. Yeah, no, it kind of is. It is.
I know exactly. Like they do that. They just roll out every sport throughout the season.
That's
like,
your perk.
All right. It's under 5 minutes in the first quarter. Here they are.
I took a recruiting trip to Kansas because I was thinking about going there. And they took us out on the basketball court
That rules.
And we were all wearing like breakaway pants, and I wasn't even there yet.
Right.
And it was for like Rock Shock Jayhawk. They all sing that song at halftime, and we like tore our pants off, and we were in Speedos in front of like 20,000 people. And I was like, dude, I'm going here.
Yeah.
And then I went to Madison on a trip, and I was like, nah, I'm going here.
Yeah.
This is fucking next level.
Yeah.
This might be a dumb question. It's also swimming related, but are there some pools that are faster than others?
Yeah.
How is a pool fast?
So here's how pool is fast, and it comes down to like the depth of the water, right? If you have a shallow pool, it's not going to be as fast because if you make like waves and they bounce back up off the bottom of the pool at you, that just can slow you down. So you want it to be like at least 6 to 8 feet deep, and then also the gutter system. If you're on the outside lane and you've got some like old gutters where the waves can bounce off of that and back at you, that's a bummer. Everybody's pretty much at this point got like the wave eater lane lines that kind of dissipate the waves, but yeah, but you also joke about it.
Yeah,
you know, you could be like, you guys get ready, it's a fast pool.
Fast pool
water's
today.
feeling fast
Yeah,
today.
yeah. People joke about like, there's a current in lane 8, you know, so just ride that shit.
Yeah. So now you're doing triathlons.
I did one. I did.
No, that
one.
means you're doing them because you were gonna do another one.
What I'm gonna do? Yeah. So I did the Malibu Triathlon last year.
So you are doing triathlons.
I'm gonna do it again this year because I want to make top 50.
That means you're doing.
You're
doing triathlons as a hobby.
You're
You're punishing yourself.
I'm doing this one. It's not that bad.
No,
actually.
I don't think you just do one triathlon. You keep doing them.
Sure. Yeah. I'm hooked.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
hooked.
hooked.
You have a bumper sticker on your car. You have a tattoo.
Yeah, I got the like 70.3 on my calf or whatever.
Wait, are you ever gonna go to Ironman? Because Ironman is
no, that's next
that
level.
shit's psycho.
Yeah, no, that's different. My wife wants to do one. She's pretty hardcore.
That's like a full marathon, right?
Yeah.
What's a triathlon?
I think it's a 5K swim, so like 3.1 swim, and then it's whatever K 112-mile bike is.
Okay.
And then it's a marathon, which is 26.2 miles.
Is there one event that's way easier than the others?
What do you like? You
like
mean
one part is the
one
biking?
discipline?
Because I would be like, I think I could do the biking part.
just pedal really hard and then go downhill.
Yeah.
I've never ridden a bike for 112 miles, but it doesn't sound fun. The swim is always the easiest. It's the shortest distance by far for like what it is.
Right.
But you also, if you're like a sick swimmer, like my teammate Jamie Burke from Wisconsin became a pro Ironman, and he would kill it on the swim, but you only get ahead by like 2 minutes if you crush everybody. Whereas on the bike, you can get ahead by like 11 or 15 minutes.
If you're a beast on the bike, you can make up all that time and then some.
Exactly.
So you're smart to stick with triathlon because that's significantly less. Like Ironman is just.
I just do the Olympic distance.
So what? It's like it's a mile swim or
it's
something?
It's a mile swim and then like 26-mile bike and then a 6.2-mile run.
Oh, that's kind of
Yeah.
easy.
That's not crazy.
I could
I think I
probably
could do that.
I could do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no problem.
Easy.
Yeah, sign up, dude. By the way, they do a whole like celebrity one the day after, which is a little bit shorter. And they emailed me the other day. They're like, "Will you do the celebrity one?" And I'm like, why would I do that when you guys the day before had the legit?
Yeah, you want to
Olympic
compete.
distance?
Yeah. I kind of want to do it and just die. That would be funny if I died in the
Right,
swim. But I
just
told everyone
explode.
like I'm doing this and I'm not going to train. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then like one of the saddest, hilarious ways to die would be like, oh yeah, he wanted to do a triathlon. He never trained and then he just sunk to the bottom of the ocean.
You don't have to train for this. You just won't be fast.
Right.
I trained. I was in shape-ish. And then I like turned up the training 3 weeks ahead when my buddy was like, yo, let's do this Malibu triathlon. And I was like, okay, fine. I jumped in the water and swam every day for 3 weeks and then like got on like the Peloton and did hour-long rides 3 days a week and then did a little bit of running and did one 10K before I went out there. And then my buddy the night before was like, I tested for COVID. I'm not going to be there.
Oh.
So it was like...
That sounds
although
fake.
that would be
That
awesome
sounds
if that was me.
Yeah.
And I could just tell people I'm training for a triathlon, and then the day before you get COVID.
Oh, that's-
and you're like, oh fuck, I can't do this triathlon.
Right.
So people who watch your stuff, who watch Workaholics, love you.
Yeah.
There's obsessive fans, obviously, which feels great.
Yeah.
But you also probably can mingle a little bit and not
Yeah.
have like, people paparazzi and shit.
Yeah. I'm a really good level. I'm the level where I'll just be out with my kids and someone will shout "tight butthole," and my kids wonder what that means.
Yeah.
No, my 9-year-old, he's like, workaholics. I'm like, yeah, that's
yeah.
Any like embarrassing thing, he's like, is that from workaholics? I'm like, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Someday you shall understand.
Yeah, you're gonna watch it. Yeah, my 4-year-old will always be like, people ask for a picture, and I'll just be like, "Are those your friends?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, kinda."
Yeah.
They're all
I'm
my
super
friends.
popular.
Yeah, they're all my friends. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a good level though.
Someday they are gonna watch all these videos.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, the podcast I do with the guys, which is like the dumbest fucking thing in the world. I'm like, this I kind of hope my kids don't listen to, because they'll be like, oh, you're like a moron.
Yeah.
Dad. Like you really don't understand or know things at all.
But that's actually, that's the beauty of it, because we're very similar, where we don't know anything.
Right.
And we've gotten very successful with being really dumb and just admitting you're dumb.
Yeah, if you say that you're dumb all the time, you can never actually be wrong.
Right.
This is true.
Because
Right.
you never put out the pretense of you being right. Whereas if you're like, I don't know, who's a smart guy, like Malcolm Gladwell
Yeah.
or Nate Silver.
Oh, you think he's smart?
Well, if he puts out, like, you listen to this podcast because you know I'm smarter than you. That's the vibe that he puts out.
Yeah.
So if he's ever wrong about like one small thing, everybody's like, this guy's totally full of shit.
Yeah.
Whereas with us, if we're accidentally right about something that's equally as dumb,
Right.
they'll be like, holy shit, these guys are geniuses.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Flip the paradigm.
And Malcolm Gladwell is the perfect, we've said this before, but he's the perfect, like, there's a lot of people who believe everything he says who are dumb people. And then there are a lot of really smart people who are like, well, actually, he's wrong for this, this, and this. I'm right in the middle, where it's like, I think sometimes he's full of shit, but I can't explain why.
Right.
Like, I don't actually know how to refute an argument here.
No, he is one of those guys who can articulate a point in a way that's super convincing, and you just go, yeah, that makes sense. But like, you really got to listen for like the holes, where you go, wait a second.
Wait,
Like
but
when he
I don't
said
really know
Steve-
why that's a hole.
One time he said Steve Nash was Nigerian.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, that actually, now that he said it, that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you start questioning yourself. You're like, wait, is he Nigerian?
Yeah, actually,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
he's from Canada.
He's white.
He's
white
white.
Nigerian.
Yeah. You know what? Malcolm Gladwell has great smart people hair.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
think most of it is. You see
Right.
that guy and you're like, that guy, he is so eccentric
Right.
that I'm sure he's intelligent.
It's the coffee shop look. Like, you see him at a coffee shop and you're like, he's got a lot of thoughts going on in his head.
Right.
Whereas you see me at a coffee shop and it's like, that guy needs some sleep. Like,
That guy's here for a lot of coffee.
yeah.
there's nothing going on in his brain right now.
Yeah. No, I do love. You know what? I do. Look, I'm sure he's a smart guy, but like the 10,000 hours thing, he's gonna dine out on that forever.
Ever.
Because that is the thing where everyone goes, yeah, that's probably about what you need.
Yeah,
And
that's a lot of hours.
People quote it now, and like
Yep.
it's become kind of just like it's got a life of its own now. Where people don't know where it came from now.
Yeah.
He wrote a book, and the premise was practice makes you good at things.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, fuck, that's
Right.
so true.
Yeah.
I'm glad someone finally said
When
it.
you think about it, he's right.
Yeah, he had the other one where it was like like when you're building a company, once you get past a certain level of employees,
Right.
it's no longer like a small company, which is just a very, like, of course.
Right.
But when he puts it in his book and science behind, you're like, oh wow, this guy's a genius.
Did he do Freakonomics?
That was someone
somebody
else.
else,
That
yeah.
might have been
Okay.
from that. Yeah.
Because I thought that was a book about like strippers handling like their business and finances.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this is how you get it, girls.
Yep. Freakonomics by Cardi B.
Freakonomics, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. So your career's been fantastic. I was listening to an interview you were doing, I don't know, it was like a few months ago, and you came around right at the perfect time for YouTube.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
do you think about that? Like right time, right place? Because there is a lot of luck involved. I mean, we're kind of the same way, where it's like, if there was a hole in the podcast world that we were able to fill, if we came around 6 years later, it probably wouldn't have worked.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's a time and place thing, and like, I feel like if you put in about 10,000 hours, no, but basically me and the dudes were doing our 10,000 hours. Me and the Workaholics guys, Blake, Adam, Kyle, we were doing live comedy. We were taping videos and putting them on our website. And then at one point, YouTube dropped, and we were like, oh, cool. We don't have to bring people to us. We can put something out there for like anyone to click on. This can be shared by people we don't even know. And by the way, we didn't even like go viral.
Right.
Like we never had like a Donald Glover sketch group, Bro Rape, right? That video that was like crazy, off the wall, out there. There were a bunch of people having like videos on the front page of the comedy page of YouTube, which was like the fucking holy grail. That was like our Johnny Carson,
Right.
which is so sad.
Right, but it also is true.
But it is
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
It is the thing that like the next day, everybody in their 20s at work would be passing around and being like, "Did you see this shit?" So yeah, we piggybacked off that. Comedy Central saw us through YouTube. And the rest is our history.
It was like the front page of YouTube comedy and the front page of Funny or Die.
Yeah.
It's like once you make the front page of Funny or Die.
Yes.
I remember I was
College Humor.
College Humor, yep.
I was in a group at the time, and we got one thing on the front page of Funny or Die, and I was
Must be nice.
I'm a millionaire now.
Yeah.
And
Made
now
it.
we sit back and we wait for
Rev
the offers
share.
to come in. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And you guys, I guess somebody at Comedy Central saw you guys on YouTube.
Yeah, Walter Newman.
Slid into the DMs.
Yeah.
That you guys then ignored for a while, or you didn't see the DM come
Dude,
through, right?
I mean, look, again, dumbest people. we liked making content. Adam's pretty business savvy and like pretty quick thinking, but like we were in our 20s and like, just partying, have a good time making videos, and weren't super marketing savvy. And it did sit there for a few months before we checked our messages and we saw that someone who could change our lives was begging us to meet them.
But I think that is probably a little bit lost in today's like internet and comedy scene and everything, whereas you guys were getting into it with, there wasn't like a big end goal of like, we got to do this, this, and this to get to here. It's like, we're friends.
Yeah.
Let's make funny things.
Yeah.
And there's an authenticity about that people get drawn to.
Right. And I will say, like, you meet a lot of people in LA who are like, man, I'm here to do it.
Right.
I'm really here to do it. But I just broke up with my girlfriend, so I got to take like a month off, or like, I do heroin, so I'm not going to make it to that rehearsal. And me and the guys, like, we had a good time and like all that, but we definitely had like a schedule where like Tuesdays we would get together after work, pitch ideas. We'd pick one. I'd go off and write it. Thursday we'd get together after reading the script and like tighten it and change it, and then we would film it on the weekends.
Yeah.
And to find people who were like down to do that is tough.
And it's also like presenting as always having fun and not showing that side is actually kind of important. Like we'll be here till like 2 or 3 in the morning on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
But our job is fun.
Exactly.
And like people see the fun part, which
Yeah.
is important.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to see like they don't want to hear someone complaining like, oh, I'm working so many hours writing comedy or doing a podcast.
Yeah. 10,000 hours.
Yeah,
to be
10,000
specific.
hours. And then you also had the Bang Bus was your big break, right?
The Bang Bus was not. It wasn't the big break, but it was the one that got them because it was almost.
To be clear,
clickbaity.
they weren't on Bang Bus.
No.
Which would have been cool.
No, but if you've ever seen a blurred out, no. We did a spoof on Bang Bus, which was like the greatest porno of the era, where like these guys were picking up women and having sex in vans. And then the part that like always kind of bummed me out is when they're like, "Oh, is this where you are? We'll drop you off," and then they like leave them naked and laugh, and you're like, "Guys, come on." So our spoof was, I'm like, she just blew you. Like, don't do this.
Yeah.
Take her to a bus stop.
Our spoof was 3 guys. We love Bang Bus. We're going to go pick up a girl and like screw her brains out in the van. And we pick up a girl, cut to us hyper nervous to even speak to this woman. And she's like weirded out. And we're like noticing like, oh, there's a new Sizzler as we drive by. And then she gets out, and after she leaves, we're like, we almost had sex with this girl. High five. And then everyone in the comments, it enraged people.
I love
because
it.
they're like, are you fucking kidding me? I would have fucked that girl 6 ways from Sunday. And you're like, yeah, I'm sure you would from the comments of YouTube.
Yeah.
Playboy.
Yeah.
But the early to mid 2000s was such a weird time for internet porn.
Yeah.
Because it was all predicated on like maybe like the illusion that maybe it's real.
Right.
Like
Right.
MILF Hunter, right? It's
Right,
like, no,
right.
this
Wait,
guy
that wasn't?
This guy actually goes
Yeah.
to
Oops.
supermarkets and then he goes to the fruit section.
Yeah.
And then he just takes a chick home every day.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
living the life.
But it also was a perfect time in the internet where like everyone, I mean, the internet was kind of built for like porn and people to be horny online, but there wasn't
Yeah.
as many, apps and OnlyFans, all that stuff. So I bet you had a lot of people show up to that video being like, oh, this might be a Bang Bus for free.
2,000%. 2,000%.
You were a bait car for hard dicks.
Yeah, I mean, we were early on that clickbait, man. Yeah. But so yeah, that was a video that got the most clicks, but it also got the most hate.
Right.
And people didn't realize it was half the people didn't realize it was comedy.
When is the fucking?
Yeah. Where is the fucking? By the way, The fucking would have been funnier. Just us actually having sex. We'd be like, is that how you do it?
Yeah.
Huh. Where's your dick?
So that was the one that got you guys the most attention. Do you think that's
He
the
has
one?
one long pube. That's your penis. Oh, whoa, weird.
Do you think that's what made Comedy Central be like, hey, I want to work with these guys?
No, we did like a series that took place in an office, and it was like pulling pranks on each other and that kind of thing. And then from that, they were like, oh, can you spin this into a show? And we were like, yeah. And they were like, here's 50 grand, shoot a couple like scenes. And I was like, guys, we should write an entire pilot. I was like a writer. I was the writer guy. And I had already written a bunch of like pilots to, as writing samples to get writing jobs. Hadn't gotten one yet. But I'm like, let's write an entire pilot for $50,000. It might have been, that was $1 million to us, right? We can shoot a pilot. And so we shot a pilot for 50 grand. I think we didn't take any money, or maybe we took like 1,500 each just for like bills and that shit. But the rest went right into it. And we shot essentially what is almost exactly the pilot that everyone else saw. We had to reshoot it because we had like Van Halen posters and like fucking
that's the worst.
Michelob Ultra, right? And we had to like, get rid of all that stuff. And like we used like the black keys. We had like music cues that like you can't pay for. But then we reshot it, and it's funny. I wish that somewhere both of those exist so people could see. We changed, like, we did more improvising, and the improv changed. But it's cool.
Do you still think that if you're like a young sketch comedy group that's trying to make it, do you think that LA is still the place to be for something like that, or is it become so decentralized now that you can do it anywhere you want?
Well, I would say this, like, what do you want to do? Like, what's the end game? Because now the end game can just be sketch comedy brought to you by like whatever Dude Wipes, whatever you want to advertise on your own thing. Whereas back in the day, it was like the idea of being a movie star was still a thing, right? Like Adam's like, I moved here, I want to be a movie star. And you're like, great. And then you did it, right? I wanted to like write movies. I'm doing that. Like, I think now people can be like, I want to be a famous Instagram, TikTok, whatever that is. And you can just start there, right? You can go straight to the pros essentially, and try and rise through the ranks. So it's different. I think it's fucking cool. I don't discredit anybody who wants that to be their career. I don't look like negatively on like, oh, it's a fucking TikToker. Now he's in like fucking Scream 7 or whatever. Like, I don't care. I was a YouTube guy. You just do what you got to do.
Right. Yeah. Do you ever miss like the climb up? And I know that's kind of a shitty question, but like there's definitely times where I think like, oh man, like remember when it was like just this building of something that you never knew where it would go.
Yeah. Well, you guys are at the top of the game, right? You guys
might
are
be on the other side. Yeah, we might be going down the mountain.
I mean,
if
look,
we're being honest, we're both going to be 40 in a year and a half.
But what's dope is that like that's what the journey is, because now like I was like the young blood working with like older people like Jack Black, Ben Stiller. They came on Workaholics, and we're like, our minds are getting blown. Like we're working with Daniel Stern, right? Then I'm like working with De Niro, and I mean like a ton of amazing people who I've looked up to. I'm doing something with Kurt Russell that comes out later this year, and but now that I'm like 42, and I'm like getting up there myself, and I'm working with young bloods who are like, dude, I like grew up watching Workaholics. Right. You go, oh, like this is a ride. This isn't like peaking and then over. It's up, it's down. Like look at Brian Cox on Succession, right?
Yeah.
Super Troopers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Super Troopers. This dude was on Super Troopers, and I'm not saying Super Troopers is below him or above him. It was a fucking super funny movie. But like, it's a whole ride where like sometimes you're here, sometimes you're there, and now he's on Succession, and he's the voice of McDonald's. Like,
it's a good.
I don't know that won't happen to me in my 70s.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All I got to do is keep grinding. And so this year, I'm working with De Niro again. Fucking crazy, right? I got a show with the Muppets that comes out this week. On Disney Plus. I'm doing this Godzilla show. So like I'm still checking boxes of things that were like fixtures in my life.
Right.
So like the climb, I'm still climbing. Right. Like like Workaholics was a peak of a certain type of thing where I got to make a TV show with my friends that is absolutely my exact type of comedy because it came from our collective brain. It's super funny, right?
Yep.
I've been part of other comedies where I'm like, oh, this is funny. Is it exactly what I would do? No, but like this is what people are gonna fucking love more than Game Over Man,
Right.
which people were like, you blew up a dog, and I'm like, kind of funny.
Yeah. Max thinks that's.
But
Max
like,
doesn't dogs.
we'll get into it.
Yeah.
We just wanted to make the bad guy very bad, right?
Yeah.
And what's worse than blowing up
Max
a
Yeah,
dog?
Max
bad
is
guy.
the bad guy.
Bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
You're a
Yeah.
bad guy.
They've started this narrative that I hate dogs, which is like the worst narrative.
Let me
to
ask you
start
this.
about someone.
But so anyway, like there's certain different kind of peaks and valleys, right? Where like I'm still climbing, I'm still
Right.
going up this ladder.
I like that.
If there was a dog that was sitting next to you on that couch that was just staring at you for
Yeah.
this entire interview,
Yeah.
just being like, pet me,
Right.
please pet me.
Yeah.
And you just ignored the dog the entire time. Would that make you a bad guy, a dog hater? That's worse than blowing up a dog, actually.
Yeah,
is ignoring it.
So look,
That's slowly blowing up.
this is a long answer. It does.
Yes.
Okay. And guess what? I wouldn't touch that dog.
What?
Because my wife in her 20s suddenly became allergic to dogs or animals like hare, dander, whatever. And so I grew up obsessed with dogs. I had a dog die when I was like 9. And my parents were like, I was like, we got to get another dog. We get a new dog now, right? And they're like, why don't you do research to see what the perfect dog would be? So for like a year, I'm going to like dog shows at the McCormick Place Convention Center in Chicago. I'm fucking like looking at all the best in breeds, and I decide an insane decision, which is that the Chinese Shar-Pei
Yeah.
is going to be the dog we should get for
I
our
had a
house.
Shar-Pei when I was a
Did
kid.
you?
Yeah.
You can't see this at home.
Yeah.
But I'm flying the bird at him. I wanted one so bad, and I'm a horrible dog because to like the eyes and stuff, whatever.
Skin infections.
And then my parents are like, we're not going to get a dog. Broke my heart. But I was obsessed with dogs. I know everything about all these breeds. I can like look at a mixed breed, know what it is. And so then my wife becomes allergic to dogs. And like to the point where if I pet a dog and I come home, she's like, were you around a dog today?
Oh,
And I got to like hop in the shower. So now I don't touch dogs. I fucking put my foot out if they come near me, and I just go whoosh. And people are like, whoa. And I go, wife's allergic, can't deal with it.
Yeah.
Get it away from me. And now I'm like anti-dog.
Oh, so you and Max got something to bond over.
So I'm with you. My homie had a dog. Shout out Chauncey, R.I.P., who I loved. And I used to feed like drunkenly feed French fries like from my mouth, to a pit bull.
Yeah.
Not the smartest thing in the world. But that was the last dog that I like would wrestle.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like karate kicking them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that makes you're such a good guy that you've become a bad guy because you're just trying to take care of your wife.
Sometimes you live long enough to become the villain.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
For sure.
All right, so I have one last question. This has been awesome. Rowback question, rhoback.com. Use code TAKE for 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, all of it, rowback.com, 20% off. Okay, so this movie comes out May 26th. Would you say...
Is it 26th or 27th?
26th is a Friday.
Okay, yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. I don't know.
May
I
May
believe you.
26th, About My Father
Great.
comes out.
I've been definitely tweeting and posting 27th.
Yeah. So see it May 27th, and maybe you get like, you're like, wow, why did
See it twice.
Why did it
Yeah.
spike on May 27th?
Yeah.
You just-
Be sure and see it last. Sorry to interrupt. I'm a
Yeah.
fucking moron.
Are you a movie star?
Good question.
No.
Will you be a movie star?
I don't know. That's up to Jesus Christ. No, that's up. I don't know. To star in a movie, I think you have to be a movie star, right? Like number one on the call sheet, right?
Yeah. But do you think, is that an aspiration of yours?
It's not an aspiration, but if there is a project that is super cool that I get to be part of, that would be special. That'd be fun
Okay.
and cool. But I'm not a I didn't move out here and get into this to become like an Adam Sandler or like a Ben Stiller in that regard.
Jimmy Tatro?
I love Jimmy.
Well, he's our guy, and we bought a lot of stock in him like 5 years ago.
Oh, like the
he's-
celeb stock kind of
No,
thing?
no, just like becoming friends with him.
I
He's
do
going
have
to be an A-lister.
I do have a story about Jimmy, but no, if that happens, that'd be cool. But I'm not chasing that. I came out there to be someone who's part of in any way, whether it's writing, acting, directing at some point, making something that's like a cultural touchstone.
Yeah.
You know, something that everyone goes, dude, I watched that movie 100 times. And with Workaholics, I think I did that. So I am still chasing like doing it again.
That's,
you know,
you have great perspective, because I think there is, like, you would obviously, if someone was like, hey, we want you to be the main guy in this movie, you wouldn't say no. But also knowing like what you like to do, and not, because if your aspiration is to be an A-list movie star, there's only a few of those.
And I don't want to be, if my agents called me and were like, hey, they want you to, and actually I have said no, to being the star of like a movie where I read it and I was just like, this ain't it.
Right.
Whether it was me or anybody else, Jimmy, whoever, like, this movie's not going to be the one that makes everybody go, fuck, dude, you've got to watch this movie. It's so good, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, if that came along, it would come along. And a quick Jimmy story is he's on Home Economics, right? I got a call from my manager that's like, hey, there's a pilot. They really like you. They're out to a guy named Jimmy Tatro right now. I go, oh, I know him. If he passes on it, they're going to offer it to you. So, like, get ready. And I was like, oh, okay. I read the script. I'm like, fuck, this is good. And I would have played, like, Topher Grace's brother. Topher was on Workaholics. I really like him. It was, like, to play this kind of douchey millionaire brother who's got everything. And the whole Home Economics is, like, the families, everybody's different levels of finances and all that. And I'm like, okay, well, fuck, I hope he passes. I get a DM from Jimmy, who I kind of know. And he goes, dude, hey, man, I just got offered this part. Should I do this?
Oh.
I kind of don't want to be tied down to TV. And I hope he's cool with me saying this.
No, he will be.
I don't want to be tied down to this show, but it's really good. I think it could be fun. And I was like, yo. Full disclosure. I go, call me. And then I hit him up. I go, full disclosure. If you pass on this, someone just called me and said they're going to offer it to me. I think you should pass on it because I'm keeping it real, not because I want it. And it would have been a great gig for me, but because I think that you are a movie star. And I think that this will tie you down and you won't have the freedom to do all these things that I think will be banging down your door for you to do. And look, you could do the show and I think you'll fucking kill it. You'll be great. But you'll also be playing a father. You're kind of young. I wouldn't necessarily do that. I'm 10 years older than you. Mm-hmm. I think I'm at the point where I'd be like, yeah, I'll have some kids in the show. You might get viewed as being older than you are. Yeah. I don't know if you want to jump ahead because you can play 10 years younger forever. Like, look at Adam Sandler in my buddy Kyle Newacek's movie Murder Mystery.
Yeah.
He plays like a guy with his wife, like as if they're like a brand new couple.
Right, in New York City.
I'm like, you're 50-something years old. That's like the role of a 28-year-old.
Right.
But 30 years later, we're still allowing these kind of... Because we're like, yeah, we like Adam Sandler. We want to see him doing the thing that we do in our 20s. But I was like, you don't need to handcuff yourself to like having kids yet. And he was like, okay, cool. Like, thanks. I'll think about it. And he took the job. In hindsight, you know, he's probably making a ton of dough. He wasn't tied down the whole year. And it might have opened up new doors. But yeah, I was like, I go, I've seen you and stuff. You're a movie star.
Yeah.
You did a really good job.
I'm not a movie star.
Yeah.
I think this is where I end up. I don't think you end up here. But like, I don't know if it was the right decision or wrong decision. He's a killer. He's super funny, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it's a good show.
It's a very good show.
Yeah. I mean, I don't watch it anymore, but you know.
Off it. So
yeah, at least one.
Yeah.
Multiple Teslas.
Cool.
And he's got it, but he lost all his bees. He's still trying to get over that.
What is that?
He had a bee colony he's still pretty broken up about.
That's so fucking Hollywood.
Yeah.
Now I don't like him.
Well,
these are my bees.
Everyone check out the movie May 26th or 27th, whichever you want.
No one June 8th.
Yeah.
Check out How to Be My Father. That's not the name of the movie.
Yeah, about my father.
Yeah.
Go check it out. We got a screener. It is very, very funny.
Dude, it's fun. Oh, you guys saw it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So look, Robert De Niro, Sebastian Maniscalco, Robert De Niro, Kim Cattrall, David Raish, who plays Carl in Succession, Brett Dyer, who steals the movie, super funny, plays my brother, Leslie Bibb, unbelievable. It's a funny fucking movie. You can take your parents, you could take your kids. It's that kind of movie.
Italians should go.
Italians, you might have heard of the movie.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's not soft. It's a hard comedy. Hard jokes, funny set pieces. Get out there on Christmas Day.
I like that. Make sure every Italian in America goes to see it.
All Italians.
Yeah.
Or you're kicked out.
Yeah.
If you're Italian,
Story about Italians.
we're gonna revoke your Italian card if you don't see the movie.
Yeah, you got to go see the movie.
Should I have done that?
No,
as
that was
a
fine.
Norwegian American?
No,
Is that
that's
okay?
I'm an Italian father, so I'm allowing that.
There it is.
I'm not Italian.
I'm 1%
Italian
My
father,
kid-
like a
my-
priest?
No, my kids are Italian. I'm not.
Yeah.
So I'm allowed to say that.
And by the way, we didn't even touch on Madison at all, really.
Yeah.
But what a good
Favorite
time.
bar?
The Red Shed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say the Plaza for me.
Plaza's great.
I mean, the
Plaza's
bubble
great.
hockey.
Yeah.
I think they still have the bubble hockey.
Yeah.
We used to go. We used to walk down for $2. I think it was Tuesday nights or maybe Thursday nights. $2
Yeah.
Long Island
Yeah.
iced teas, and it was just the worst liquor, and you just get bombed.
That's such a bad
Shout out to the
idea.
Red Shed. They got the building got bought by Wando's.
Okay, I know.
And
Wando.
so
He's
now they're
great,
getting
too.
squeezed out.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell Wando to
So
stop.
Wando, please chill.
Yeah.
Look, you got a 7-story bar.
Yeah.
You drive the biggest cars in Madison,
He's a mover and shaker.
and we love you.
Yeah.
Like, keep the Red Shed alive as like a funny, cute kind of like relic.
But Wando, he needs to do it so he can start paying NIL money.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he'll hit me up every now and then, and be like, "We got to figure out this NIL money." I'm like, "What do
We
you want me to do?" Yeah.
yeah. You're like, I do a podcast. You're a thriving businessman.
Listen, I hit up. I mean, Caleb Williams, the guy who just won the Heisman.
Yeah.
I did DM him when
Yeah.
he was thinking about going to Wisconsin. I was like, "We could make some sick T-shirts
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
Barstool Sports store."
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Fuck.
That wasn't my proudest moment, but whatever.
Yeah.
Hitting up an 18-year-old, being like, "Dude, let's do this."
Yeah.
I also always send people to Mondays whenever they ask for just so that
Stiffest
they-
drinks. That's the
ever.
best place to start a night.
Yeah.
Get 2 drinks at Mondays and you're set to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, Anders, thanks so much, man. We appreciate it as always. Always welcome on the show, and
Thanks,
go
man.
see About My Father. No one knows when it's coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap up the show. Great show, boys. We have to do the lottery ball. Also, Max just landed, so let's call him and get his number. Let's get his number from him. Let's call Max. No, Hank?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's bad. It's a bad scene, PFT. Hey, Memes, have you ever gotten this? Memes is in studio. Have you, Memes?
Nope.
Oh, no.
You suck
And what's
at
your
this, man.
socials again? At Pardon My Meme?
That part of my meme. Follow all part of my take accounts. They'll just help career-wise if you follow them.
What was that?
He's got an old
Shout out
voice
to Meme's
recording.
career.
Yeah, shout out to Memes career. Okay. Numbers.
69.
26.
I'll go 1.
18.
17.
77.
Why was 17 your number, Hank? Do you think that... Oh, wait, Max.
He's going to say 20. He says 20 every time.
Yeah, I know, but... Max,
Hello.
we're doing numbers.
Oh, 20.
Do you have anything else you want to say to Hank?
I don't know. I just landed. Did you, what happened in that game?
The Heat won by like 30.
Oh, shit. I took a live line on the Celtics, too.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Hank's pretty down.
Has he been given the option for soul patch or golf?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, he hasn't. Good point. Soul patch? You could do soul patch instead of golf. Thank you, Max. That's a good point.
Yeah, good point, Max. Max, do you have any
I
advice?
was just thinking that, so.
Yeah, no, it's a great... We had not mentioned that at all in the show.
Max, I got a question for you. Do you have any advice for Hank on how to be a loser? Because he's not used to it.
Yeah.
If you do really funny facial hair and make yourself look really ugly, people do feel really bad for you.
Oh, good point. Okay, so soul patch maybe? Have you thought about it, Hank?
No, I haven't.
No, he hasn't. All right, so we'll think about that later. All right, thanks, Max. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Work, balance. Can't wait.
All right, Max had 20. What was yours? 17, 18, 69, 1. Memes, what was yours?
77.
77. I'm 26. I'm rooting for you, Hank.
I'm rooting for Memes.
No, I'm not. 25. Damn. 25.
6th time.
25.
Love you guys.
Richard Sherman. Orcas have been attacking boats off the coast of Spain recently and been training other orcas to do it too. There's going to be an orca human problem in the future.
Ooh,
Hell yeah.
I like that.
Revenge for Blackfish.
Yeah.